Now, if we start looking at the UVC systems, which, by the way, they're everywhere. Companies, Crothol, Sodexo, Clorox, everybody is pushing their version of UVC. Okay, so you see all these different units up here: Xenex, Steris, Pathogen UV Defense, Surfacide, Luminar, American Air, Clorox. Okay, is there a difference between all of these instruments? Well, one difference is not different, is the cost. They're all over $100,000, okay? Some of them have single lights, some of them have pulse UV. The key thing you want to remember with UVC is that it has to emit at the correct wavelength. 240 to 280 is the appropriate wavelength. The most active UVC region is 244. Okay? Now, think about this. You've got a UV light, and you think about it like a light bulb. Okay. What distances do you have to have in order to get kill? That's where the problem lies. Is it 1 foot, 2 foot, 3 foot, 10 foot? How do you accomplish whole room disinfection with these units? And that's been, I've been talking to a gentleman that represented a particular company, and a recent article just came out in Lancet from Duke Medical Center. It's very, very interesting. It was just out last week. Again, you'll notice I don't expect you to remember this, 5 minutes per position. How many times do you have to position the robot in a room? And many of them have fail-safe devices that if you vibrate the room or if you open the door, it's going to immediately shut off. What Jim was telling me that half the time people will put these robots in the room, they'll think that the unit is on, they'll walk out, they'll not check to see whether or not any disinfections ever occurred. Did the machine really turn on? Okay, so again, like anything else that we do, if you're going to use one of these machines, you have to understand how it works and how to make it maximally effective. Okay, if you're just sticking it in a room and not paying attention, you're probably not getting the kill rate that you think you're getting. Okay, so there are any number of these out there on the marketplace, and they keep changing names. One of the things I was talking to the Sodexo guys, they're promoting one particular variety of these. I think it's a Xenex. And they said that the way that they get efficacy is by having one of their guys come into the hospitals and making sure that they're being used correctly. But that's really costly. Okay? But evidently, Sodexo felt that this was an important thing. I'm not sure what Crothol is pushing, and there's some other companies out there. Okay, so what are some of the drawbacks? The room has to be terminally cleaned. You can't have organic material left on surfaces, or the UV will not work. You have to move the furniture away from the walls. You have to have a direct line of sight. Okay? Now, having said that, is direct versus pulse different? Does that give you a different performance? The pulse UV systems are much weaker. Okay, so it's going to take a much longer period of time. Direct line of sight, is it EPA validated? The answer is no. There is no EPA oversight over UVC systems. So anything that you see in the literature is anecdotal, okay? Unless somebody's done a double-blind study, it's anecdotal. There's no EPA requirement. Is pulse versus continuous more effective? And again, making sure that the band of UV that's used is appropriate. And some of these machines do not have the concentration of 244 to 280, okay, that they need for kill.